It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Pepsi Center in downtown Denver. Tonight, it's the Denver Nuggets playing host to the LA Clippers. Opening tip won by the Nuggets. They get it first as we're underway at the Pepsi Center. Nikola Jokic, he's never made the playoffs, but upon further review, he is a special center.
Got that 5-year extension for $146 million, and I'm willing to say this, he will be one of the future centers in the game.
Millsap. 4-3. Well defended. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. They get it to George. Down low. Can't connect from inside. Murray into the front court. He'll run the offense. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Driving right to the basket. Here comes the screen. Millsap. Not getting the bounce. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. To Will Barton. Here comes the screen. Down to 5 on the 24. Barton. Down low Jokic. Shot clock violation. Leonard to Marcus Morris. They'll get it down to Leonard. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Murray with the basketball. Down just a couple. To Will Barton. Kawhi Leonard tips it.
Just incredible timing on that swap.
Too much contact. And free throws coming.
Hey, look. Sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Paul Millsap. Couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 73%. Nope. First one does not go. Knocks down the second after missing the first. It's the Clippers with the possession now. George to Marcus Morris. Knocked loose. Nothing going here on that drive. To Paul George. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Jamal Murray. The jumper's off the mark. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter. The Clippers are out in front. To the second quarter. Neither team sees control in the first. Some interesting things, though, certainly on display.
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just Continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
Kawhi Leonard. He's 2 for 2 now.
Old school equals high percentage.
Murray with it. Down 3 to Will Barton. J46 wins, not good enough for Denver.
They could have been a playoff team if Paul Millsap didn't miss a huge chunk of the season. But I will say this about the Nuggets. They have the most underrated backcourt in the NBA when you think about Gary Harris and Jamal Murray. Both guards that can do it off the dribble and are both great leaders.
So Leonard. To Beverly. Down low, George. Strong finish for Paul George.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Denver's got it. Nothing going here on that drive. Probing the defense. They go to Jokic. Down low. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down?
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Leonard to George. LA with 4 to shoot. PG lets it fly. Offensive rebound. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Murray into the front court. Down 5. Here comes the screen. They get it down to Millsap. And the rebound taken in by George. Beverly to Leonard. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. That's it. First half has come to an end. The Clippers have the lead.
Guys, let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Clippers dominated this matchup from the opening tip. They certainly staked the flag in the paint. They were dominant around the rim on the offensive end. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Field goals.
The Denver Nuggets weren't efficient with their shooting, and therefore they weren't effective with their offense. Their field goal percentage is lacking, and it's probably the biggest reason for their first half deficit. The shooting was certainly worst in the opening quarter.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was gold?
Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Clippers were the dominant team in that first half, without question. They certainly staked the flag in the paint. They were dominant around the rim, And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
To Jokic. Has a chance. Chance for Jokic, off the mark. Beverly into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. Here comes the screen. Paul George. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down. Now the Nuggets signaling for timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
To Paul George. To Leonard.
Screen.
He'll get it down low to Harold. Slams it down. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Got to be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Murray into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. Here comes the screen. And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
It's LA Clippers ball. Leonard to Marcus Morris. Surveys the floor. To George. Here comes the screen. Paul George, 4-2. Deep two there, won't go.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Knocked loose. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Will Barton. George to Beverly. To Paul George. He'll get it down low to Harold. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. It's been all Clippers so far. It's the Nuggets with the basketball to start the fourth quarter. And they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ball game, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Second one's good. Splits the pair. To Marcus Morris. Leonard. Oh, he had it. Murray with the basketball. 14-point deficit. To Millsap. Shot clock winding down. Millsap. Jamal Murray knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Paul George to Leonard. Paul George fires. Wide open look. Won't go. Murray with it. His guys down 11.
1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter.
Here comes the screen. To Millsap. Nothing going here on that drive. Millsap. Had a chance, but it's no good. Beverly into the front court. The lead is 11. To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To Will Barton. Millsap. Here comes the screen. Denver with 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Taylor Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Clippers were merciless in this game. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Nuggets, seemed to give up on this game as it got more challenging. Losses like this become main discussion topics in the media. So hopefully this team is ready to answer the tough questions. It's not going to be fun. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Denver Nuggets.
Game track. Field goals.
The Denver Nuggets made it pretty easy for us to determine why they lost, and it was clearly their poor shooting. Even if we hadn't watched this game, all it would take is one look at their field goal percentage to make an educated guess. They were at their worst in the opening half.
Player of the game.
Montrezl Harrell could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.